Ah, good old Halloween. The day of getting spooked and getting razor blades in your candy. It's one of those holidays that no one really hates. Who hates giving candy out to children, and who hates dressing up as something like a pumpkin figure and then running to each neighbor's door and collecting candy? I always liked trick-or-treating for long periods of time. Generally, I'd start around like 4 and end at 9. And I always pay those that have little siblings because the little siblings can't go for too long, so they have to go for like an hour at most. Because I never get the true experience of Halloween. Going to like 9 p.m. with big bagfuls of candy, going to each door trying to find which one's open and which one's not. Yeah, congratulations. You get like 1 pound of candy and you barely win a block. Good job. Now, my experiences of trick-or-treating, I always went to my friend's neighborhood because my friend's neighborhood had like the best candy. Their neighborhood had the highest chance of getting the full bars of candy. And let me just say, if your house gives full bars of candy, that's like a guaranteed ticket to going to heaven. I swear. That is like really expensive. You're making little kids super happy. And I respect that to the greatest degree. But there is also specific rules to follow, which I'm not going to name them here since I'm pretty confident that most of the viewers that are watching this video already know the basic rules of Halloween, and if you don't, just click off this video. Now, my dad had a friend that lived in the same neighborhood my friend lived in, and it wasn't my friend's dad. No, it was a different person. And we'd usually start our trick-or-treating adventure there. Let me just say, there's some pretty cool, things that some of the neighbors set up. I'm pretty sure sometimes they give, apple cider and some alcohol. I remember once there was, this, cornhole game where you had to, get into, the hoop, and if you did, they gave you 3 pieces or 2 pieces or 1. Yeah, there's some pretty cool things that neighbors do for trick-or-treating that adds a bit more variety to it. Nothing can forget this one time. And let me just set the setting for you. This was about, I'd say 2 or 3 years ago, and it was snowing outside. Since I live in the Arctic hellhole known as Illinois. So I'm outside, I'm going to the next neighbor, and my dad notices that this one girl seems pretty interested in me. Now, there's a good chance it was probably because I had a pretty cool costume on, but my dad thinks the girl kind of had a bit of a crush on me. Personally, when Dad told me this story originally, I had completely doubted it, since I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you know me, you know I'm pretty low on the hunka chart. So when my dad says this one girl's interested in me, I don't believe it. I really don't. Best part is that my dad was trying to clue me in on the fact that this girl liked me. For instance, the first time he tried, he was like, "Oh yeah, look around. You might see things that you might not expect." I wish I was kidding. I look around and there's conveniently a piece of candy right on the floor. So I go and I pick it up and I go, "Oh boy, Dad, you're right." I didn't expect there to be a Laffy Taffy on the sidewalk. Thanks, Dad. And I still remember my dad immediately saying, "That's not what I meant." But that's not all. When the girl eventually passes me, Dad bumps shoulders with me and is like, "Hey, you wanna go trick-or-treating with those girls?" And I'm like, "But Dad, I don't even know those girls." And I wish I was kidding. My dad's like, "Oh my god, my son's oblivious." I wish I was kidding. I just recently found out about this story. And in that conversation, my dad was like, "Yeah, you were pretty oblivious." And I was like, "But Dad, I didn't expect you to be my wingman on Halloween night." On that same Halloween night, yeah, that Halloween night was ridiculous. I met my friend, the one that I'm friends with, and basically invited me to that neighborhood, which I basically just ran up to him once I recognized him, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And literally while I was trick-or-treating with him, I wish I was kidding, I noticed the 2 girls. Now, it wasn't the 2 girls that had a crush on me, it was only one of them. And I wish I was kidding. They were not interested in me at all. They were like, "Nah, he's too oblivious." So the moral of the story is don't pick up the candy on the floor. I missed out on a relationship opportunity.